Body, a channel for the horror enthusiasts. Today we have a special episode of True Crime Thursday. It's a St. Patrick's exclusive. It involves a grisly unsolved murder of a body found in a brush area feet away from a popular beach. Now, how does this happen with absolutely no witnesses? None whatsoever. This is where a dozen of people go, yet not one soul saw what happened. Are you ready? Let's get into it. It's March 17, 1990. It's sunny and windy in the inlet of Jupiter, Florida, where Rachel Hurley, just 14 years old, was reported missing and whose body was later discovered in a wooded area just north of Carlin Park at around 8:15 p.m. The true heartbreaking part of the story is that her killer has never been caught in 32 years. Rachel was the youngest daughter of two. Her parents were middle class, her mother was a teacher, and her father was a coach. She attended Jupiter Middle School and was considered a little sassy and strong-willed with a bright smile. On St. Patrick's Day, her and her friends decide to go boating on the Jupiter Inlet. As the day went on, Rachel lost track of time and became worried when she realized the time was like 2:45 p.m. and her mother was supposed to be picking her up at 3 p.m. at Carlin Park. Rachel got off the boat with two of her other friends, Maddie and Aaron, in a dock at Dubois Park. Just as Rachel was to rush over to the park to meet her mother, the girls asked her to wait while they stopped at the restroom. Rachel was just so worried about being late that she just began running in the direction of the park, which was about a mile away. And that was the last time she was ever seen alive. Her mother, Andrea, arrives at the park and there's no sign of Rachel. She thought maybe she was to meet her at the inlet, so her mother drives there, and again, no sign of Rachel. Andrea then drives home to see if maybe she went home and to see if she was there, and no sign of Rachel. She then knew something was terribly wrong. Andrea grabs friends and neighbors and returns back to the park to begin searching for her. After a couple of hours, she calls the Palm Beach County Sheriffs and reports Rachel missing. There was a huge search. The police then sent out 100 deputies, 2 boats, 1 helicopter, and 8 mounted deputies, along with 3 canine units to search for the missing teen. She was found dead at 8:15 p.m. Her partially clothed body was found face up under heavy brush near a path in a wooded area. Some of her other clothing were found scattered by. An autopsy determined that Rachel died from asphyxiation. She was raped with several defensive wounds on her body. So how does this happen? Investigators believe that Rachel ran into this wooded area to use as a shortcut to get to the park.
This is Dubois Park is up here. She comes down the beach. She cuts through the woods right here. And Carlin Park is right here. But it was all wooded back then, and I think it's still wooded today.
On this Saturday, the weather was not so complimenting. It was 70 degrees and windy. So the beach was pretty empty despite it being one of the best beach towns in Florida and a very local popular hangout. The particular brush area where her body was found is known to be a very habitable area for transients. So their theory was it was a homeless man that maybe had committed the murder. Although they questioned more than 50 transients and it led them nowhere. There have been many tips on leads, but no arrests were ever made. It's unbelievable to me that in 32 years with DNA genealogy improving through the years, this case remains cold. While DNA was resubmitted for analysis throughout the years and checked in their databases, but failed to find a match. Police believe that Rachel's murder might have been accidental. It began as a sexual assault gone wrong, and it's possible the killer maybe felt guilt and never committed another crime. Rachel's father died suddenly, unfortunately, in 2019, and was never able to get answers for his daughter's murder. He now lays next to his daughter, side by side, in a grave. What a tragic story. Rachel's mother and sister continue to work on finding her killer and get justice for Rachel. I'd like to know your thoughts on who may have raped and murdered this poor girl. And this tragic story concludes this episode of True Crime Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I post new videos every week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Be safe. Toodles!